Okay, hi again everybody, this is Mandala, and today I wanted to talk about endgame instance group content and specifically how to form a squad and create groups and subgroups for endgame instanced group content. And so in Guild Wars 2, group formation is there's a little bit more responsibility on the player and the leader of the group to do a lot of the logistics of it, but it's actually really not that hard, so I just wanted to go through and demonstrate how that works. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly do the Soto daily strike, and I'm going to show you how I form group squads. So the first thing that I do is I come over here and I hit create squad, right, which gives me this commander tag. And then the second thing you do is you come here and you click raid mode. All right, so this makes it to where we're in the mode for 10-man instance group content. Now, another thing you could do is if you want to be in control of subgroups, which can help you if you feel like people are moving themselves around without permission and stuff, is you can lock subgroups. I just think this makes the I just think this looks a little intimidating to some players, so I don't do it, but you can do this. You can also set it to private squad so that people can't just join on you, but this doesn't really work all that well. I also changed the commander tag to a color I think is going to stand out in most content, so I just use this pink one usually, but it just depends on what the visuals are in the area. So the next thing I do, which I think is really important, is before I get an LFG or anything, I come here to edit squad message and I say call roll on join. And so at any time anyone will join my group, this is the first message they'll see in their chat, and it'll ping them. It might not necessarily ping them, but it'll just say in the chat, call roll on join please, right when they join, and so they'll know to do that, and then I can sort them better. So I do that, and then I come up here again, and I move myself into this second subgroup, all right? And so anyone who joins will automatically be in the first subgroup, and then I can hear what they say in chat and move them to the appropriate subgroup, and in the end we're gonna have two subgroups of 5 people. So yeah, so the next thing you do is you go to the LFG, right? You go to looking for group, you go to whatever content you're trying to do. So in this case I'm trying to do strike mission. The training tab, really, it's just going to slow you down for the most part. I mean, you should use it if you are not experienced, right? You should use this training tab, but for the most part you're going to find groups in this experience tab. And even if you're not looking for experienced players, it'll still help you to post in this tab, and new players might still join you anyway if you say, if you give them a welcoming message. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say what content we're doing. So we're doing daily solo, and we're going to say what we're looking for. So in my case, I'm looking for all, because I need all roles. So daily solo, looking for all, and you can put like all welcome if you want to be more inclusive, or you can put experienced only, or whatever you want. But it's really not that difficult. So what we're going to do when we do squad formation is we need to find 3 different things. So we need to find 2 healers, 1 for each subgroup. We need to find 4 DPS supports, which include four supports, which include the 2 healers that provide quickness and alacrity times 2, 1 time for each subgroup. And then we need to find 6 DPS players. And so I'm currently on a DPS build, so I'm going to be one of those 6 DPS players. But essentially I'm just allowing people to flow into this group naturally at first to get the numbers up and make the listing more enticing to people. And then after that, I'll get more specific, and I'll rewrite this group advertisement to be more specific for what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna hit go here, and then you'll see as I filter through the chat and try to sort everybody, which I personally don't think is that difficult, and so I'm gonna demo it here for you guys. So I'm gonna hit advertise now, and so now we wait and we see who joins our group. So this can be the part that's pretty stressful for some people, is just this early waiting. So it can feel like no one's looking, but people usually just go through the LFG and look one time, and then they don't just sit here and camp it all the time. So especially depending on what time of day you're doing this, it might be slower or faster or whatever. But yeah, it'll be really slow at the beginning when we're here at 1 out of 10, and it'll get faster as we go. So I'm just going to sit here and wait, and I'll talk some more once we get some people coming. And so one thing I'm going to do to make it a little more appealing is I'm going to be a little more specific in my looking for group message, just like be really full-throated about what content you're doing, and that can help you get players quicker. So cool. So we've got a DPS player. And so something some players like to do is they like to wait to move all the DPS players out of subgroup 1, but I think that can get confusing, and my working memory is pretty good, so I can remember what roles people said and move them to subgroups and remember where I put them and stuff, but I get for some people that's hard, so they'll wait to move the DPS players and only put supports in 2 and 3. But I'll just move people to 2 and 3 right when I see them, typically. And so you see here we have 4 people now, so this is where things will get fast if you're not paying attention, so it's important to pay attention. So this guy says quick DPS, right? So we have a Q DPS for this subgroup. Sports would be good. This guy said high DPS. Okay. Can bring any black heal. So this guy's doing a lack heal. So we have the first subgroup figured out for boons. And this guy says he's support, so. And then Avalyn said they can lack DPS or quick DPS. So you can say, Avalyn, we'll see what else we get. And I'll say what we need. Da-da-da. So it's good to just be on top of everything. So this person's DPS, we can move them. High DPS. And at this point, I'm going to change the LFG to looking for a healer. Right? So as long as you're being quick, it's actually not that difficult to do this. And so people will just wait, and we just let people wait in squad 1 until they read the group message, the squad message. Either, whatever you prefer, Avi will be the other. So as long as you're being communicative and staying engaged with group formation, it's actually pretty easy to do this, I think. Once you understand that you just need 2 healers and 4 boon supports. Okay, so this guy's quick heal, so that means Avi lack DPS. Alright, and now we just need DPS. So come here, change this to DPS. And this should be, we should just get someone really easily. So now that we have people, I'm going to go ahead and open the strike mission. Actually, we do want to do Secrets of the Usker. So we want to do Temple of Phoebe because that's the daily. And we're going to go in. And so now we have 2 subgroups of 5 players, 6 DPS, and 4 supports, 2 healers. And I'm just going to say, come on in, everyone. And this is a pretty easy strike mission, but I just wanted to demonstrate how simple it can be to form a group and organize these subgroups and get your group going. I think it's really important when you're in the LFG to just be chill and laid back and just kind of trust that people are what they say they are. You know, it's really not that hard to do, and you're not giving up that much by doing it. You're actually increasing the speed at which you can go into content by just being chill and just letting people come as what they say they are. And doing that. So I also have Arc DPS running just to talk about a few points after the fact for this. So we're just waiting on Cyto to load in here, and then we can start. So So once you're in the thing, the important thing is you just make sure everybody's ready. Everybody has their food active. You can tell them if you want. I don't do this, but what I do is I wait for the ready check, and once I see the ready check up, I pop my food, and then so if you're the commander, an important thing to do is before the fight starts, you come up here and you click this ready check button, and that'll give everyone the opportunity to ready check. And if people aren't loaded in, you want to wait until people are loaded in because they won't get the prompt otherwise. And if people don't get the prompt and you see them just sitting on it, I don't like to tell people to press P. It's just too noisy. Just restart the ready check. It's way easier. So just restart the ready check if you don't think people are ready. Alright, so I'm going to do this ready check, and then we're going to do the content. So let's see how well I do. Probably poorly, because the camera's on. So see, we just wait, and then typically how this works is the second everyone hits the ready check, everybody goes. So, alright, so we're waiting on 2, waiting on 1. Almost there, we almost got it. And we're good. Let's go. Let's do the Temple of Febe. So the pink color is actually not that great in this boss room, but it's okay. This is a pretty chill encounter, so I'm probably just gonna try to focus on mechanics a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Alright, here's the wall. Someone dropped the thing a little close, but that's okay. We're chill here. Alright, so this guy needs to go away, but again, it doesn't really matter. This is pretty easy content for the most part. So now we get a CC. Alright, so I like to get rid of Despair. I think this one's the most dangerous. And I'm not really focused on my rotation that much, I don't really care. DPS is kind of a fake trait. Do this one. Yeah. No, this is better. Botany. And I'm just going to hit this again because we won't have another CC check for a little bit. So you see, boon up time's good. We need everyone to do this mechanic. The guy didn't know how the green works, but that's okay. Again, this is normal content, so it's actually pretty chill and easy. This one. So this is the spread mechanic, and you can kind of wait a little bit to do this, but I mean it just depends on how fast your group is at moving. You don't want to get boom ripped there, so it's important to just move around the boss continuously. Now we need to block the orb mechanic, which people tend to do anyway, so I try not to move for it too much. Like, I'll go sit here just to make sure it happens, but it's really not that important. And again, I'm not really focusing on my rotation right now. I'm just kind of chilling because the content's not that hard. Dodge this. Res the people. It's important to press F. Make sure if you're in a group, press F, guys. Like, don't greed the DPS. Let other people have fun too. It's so much better if you press F. So phased, so CC. We might miss the CC. Oh no, I think we got it. Where is it? Envy. Here it is. This is the one we want dead. Alright, so beating up the boss. Stay stacked. Okay, let's just do rage. I don't really care what we do now. So this one you want to get rid of because it does this huge unblockable, undodgeable damage. So now we have the green mechanic, but on normal mode this mechanic's really easy because it doesn't make you split. You can just stack them all together. We weren't fully stacked there, I guess, so we took a hit. We want to be on the side of the wall. I'm just going to use this heal to get more life force, because this guy actually has a lot of the empowered stacks. Our friends, heal so we have life force. And that guy's doing a good job of getting away. 3, 2, 3. Come out here. Dodge. Use the fire skill. I just took too much damage there. We have a dead person somehow. I don't know how that happened. Oh, now we're dead. Anybody pressing F? Anybody pressing F? So you see how we've let him just get way too many of these empowered stacks? So people have to make sure they're doing the mechanic. So we're actually this is gonna be an interesting one. This is actually more spicy than I thought it'd be. Usually this is a pretty smooth run. No matter the experience level, as long as people are doing mechanics and stuff. But I think some people, again, I'm not paying too much attention to the mechanics, but to the way he's stacking up this empowered. But Saris does hit hard, so somebody left, so we need to stack here. All right. See, and so someone rage quit early. Hopefully it wasn't a healer. As long as it's not a healer, we should be okay. Just gonna pick this person up because they might be a healer. And we should be okay. So he has a lot of empowered stacks here. Should be good. We did it. Alright, so you see, damage is, I mean, it's fine. Again, I think for normal mode strikes, damage doesn't really matter. Boons were good. And so I see a lot of people saying that, like, gear check would make this process easier. I personally don't think so. I don't think gear check would have stopped people from failing the mechanics there. I think everyone here is probably running good gear based on the damage they're doing. And it's like, what would you do once you gear check someone after we failed? Like, imagine we wiped there. Here, I'm just going to leave this group. So imagine we wipe there, and then I start interrogating people on their gear, like I go through and do a little gear check run. Like, what does that do, right? What am I going to do when I find the person who's in, like, half green gear or, like, running, like, Cavalier stats, you know? Like, all that's going to happen is I kick them, but if I were just going to find out if they knew what they're doing and kick them, I don't need that. I have the meters, I have the boon up times, right? So I can see that anyway. I can see and watch the fight and see who's messing up mechanics. I wasn't watching personally, but if I went back and replayed this video, I could see who's not doing the mechanics. It's probably me. Like, I wasn't helping with the mechanics that much. It's probably people not going outside of the group when they get the little summon the enemy thing, which is important to do. So, again, I don't think group formation is that difficult, so this was just a little demo of how easy it can be. You can do it too. You don't have to be the most experienced player. You just have to listen to what people tell you, right? Look for 2 quickness players, 2 alacrity players, and 2 of those supports have to be healers. Split people into 2 subgroups and attempt the content. And if you wipe, that's okay. You can download Arc if you want, and you can see what people are doing, right? How the outputs are looking. Like, I wasn't a boon support here, so my outputs are not there, but it's. I don't think this process is hard. I don't think we need more tools to do this better. I think if you're willing to take right the 5-10 minutes to watch a video like this and figure out how this stuff works and what's a good way to approach that for you, and do it at your own pace and find out what works for you. It's not that difficult, and we don't need more advanced and more less nice systems. I'll put it that way. Less kind and friendly systems to figure out if we have what we need. We don't need that. We can already do that. So anyway, so this is how to form a group in Guild Wars 2 and do content for 10 man. So hope this was helpful, and see you later.